Hello? How's everyone doing? Hello? Testing? Testing audio? Hello? Testing audio? Hello? Testing audio? Testing audio? Hello? Testing audio? Testing audio? Testing audio? Testing audio? Testing audio? Okay, cool. We're all set to go. Awesome. Awesome. Well, let's not waste any time. You know me. I love me my Dark Souls Remastered. Nothing like it. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna do Gaping Dragon now. Yeah. Or no, wait a minute. We need to kill the, we have to kill the summoner, if we can. It's not strictly essential, but it's gonna help a lot if we kill the summoner. It's like, oh wait, okay. See, I got turned around. Because I quit out there. If we, yeah, we kill the summoner and that'll make our lives a little teensy bit easier. Like I said, not essential. Oh. Oh god. And there he is, you can hear him. Ow. Fudge. This is like actually a really technical part to run. Like, kind of shocks me actually. I guess we can do that. That's pretty slick. Oh, come on. See, I missed. You can't do that. You miss and you're a fool. That's the dealio there. Okay, that's the humanity. The rat corpses. Get my way. Here we go. Now we go hit the bonfire. Or now we jump down. Now we drop down the thing and we hit the bonfire. If I can remember where it is even. Or no. Not this way. What a confusing place. You know, when I really think about it, huh? And the rat corpses are not helping. Just the big old stinky rat corpses. Ragdolling. Right in the way. Unbelievable, huh? How can... you know, what do you even do? By the way, this is the key. Somebody asked where the key was. It's right here. Next to the big rat. Just for posterity's sake. Or whatever. Really sucks if you die before you get that. I will say. Really, really, really stinks if you die before you get that, because it's the only one. Or what am I doing fighting a slime? That's the one. That's the one. That's the one bonfire in the whole area. So if you miss that one, you're up a creek without a paddle. You know, that's the funny thing. So, but somebody asked me about that, like I said. Oh, and there it is. Because when I first played through, I didn't have Master Key. I remember, well, I don't remember it that vividly. I think I found it at some point later on, and I was like, oh yeah, that's where that is. So yeah, that kind of thing. But yeah, not a big deal. Unless you die in the middle of the... That's so crazy about this place, actually. Is it so easy to die here? And if you don't have that key? Or maybe I did Master Key my first playthrough or something. I can't remember. I know I've had to get the key before, for sure. I've definitely 100% had to get that key before. It's not something I've avoided successfully that many times. Like, plenty of times, yeah. But that's because you just start with Master Key. You know? Like, every time you start with Master Key, it's like, well, you don't have to worry about that, right? So it depends on whether or not, but I know for a fact I've had to get it before. And I've probably died failing to get it too while we're at that, while we're at it, but That's an entire other story. That really stinks. If you don't manage to not get the key there. It's kind of the problem with Master Key. That is like the biggest one. Blighttown front entrance, at least there's some good loot. That's the stinkiest part about not going Master Key, is that stupid bonfire. Not to like complain over much. But yeah. Straight up. Absolutely. See this I need to use Crescent for this one, or Crystal for this one probably. Come on. What an angry guy. Oh, come on. There we go, jeez. What a pain. Okay, got that covered. So that's, now we just go to Darkroot. Now we go to Darkroot Garden and we clean out like we clean out all the Darkroot Garden bosses. So I think we do I start with Hydra? Or do I start with, I guess we do Hydra first? I don't know. I need to think it over. Well, no, I mean, it doesn't matter, actually. I don't need to think it over. It actually doesn't matter which one we start with. They're all kind of the same. Where are we going? Undead Parish, yeah, that's right. But we have the crest, so I guess we'll start with, we can start with, we can start with Hydra. We'll hit the midpoint bonfire and then work our way back to Hydra. And then homeward out. Then save Dusk, homeward out. And then kill Stinky. Or then kill Moonlight Butterfly. And then kill Stinky. In that order. And then we'll go from there. Well, and then we'll go to Four Kings. And then I think we do Four Kings next. Not that it's like that important. What order we do things in? I guess we just we'll head down to the basin first. We'll just take care of the basin just because it's on this off branch path here. And it's not so bad actually. You can't see the Hydra from here, huh? Look at that. So I can't see the Hydra from here. Pretty funny. But anyway, what was I saying? But yeah, so basically, what is basically? Yeah, so now, yeah, so we just clean up the second half of the game, basically, and then we go to DLC, and then we kill, and then we kill all the remaining optional bosses, I guess. I may as well save Asylum Demon till the end, or Stray Demon, that is, not Asylum Demon. Asylum Demon's long dead. But yeah, we're basically at the midpoint of the game right now. We just need to clean out. Oh well, really, if you get to this point, you're actually not halfway done. I don't think. I mean, maybe you are. I don't know. I think maybe you're not quite halfway done. This second half, definitely, once you kind of get used to the game, this second half is less. Seems like it's not as big. I think this second half is like not as big as it looks like it is. Like I'm sitting here describing the second half of this game. And I think it's actually smaller than I think it is. Like it's very like, oh. It's very because by the time you get to the second half, you're kind of used to the game. You're sort of used to what the game kind of does. The game's like tricks and stuff, right? So it's kind of the funny thing because you could spend a long time on the second half. But like once you've already killed Ornstein and Smo, that's like the hardest boss. Basically, it's like one of the hardest bosses for sure, other than like Manus. Manus is a lot harder. If you're not prepared to kill Manus, that's really brutal. Or if you're not, yeah, if you're like built weird or something, Manus can be an issue there because you just do like no damage to him. And so you have to like perfectly dodge him like over and over again. But like other than Manus, Manus being the exception. Manus and Calamite in particular, because those are really tough bosses for your first playthrough. Honestly, all of them are. All of those three, all four are. I mean, all four of those bosses are like quite tough actually. But like the other second half is like weirdly simple. Okay, so now we finished that. Oh, we need the stupid rusted iron ring. What am I doing? Oh, I need rusted iron ring. Very important that I have rusted iron ring for this. Oh. Excusez-moi, Mr. Frickin' Goofball. Mr. Crazy Goofball. Okay, do your thing. Frickin' lizard. This is the only Hydra in the series. Maybe there's like a Hydra in the Elden Ring, I think. Yeah, now you just don't even bother chasing down the heads. You just shoot them. Once again, bow and arrow W. Typical standard issue bow and arrow W. Typical bow and arrow W. Oh. The Hydra model is actually really cool, by the way. If you see him in Ashen Lake, he's actually a really cool enemy. If you see him in Ashen Lake. Because he has like this weird long tail and stuff. It's like really weird. But you don't really get that by looking at him from this angle. He just kind of looks like a blob with, you know, 8 heads or something, right? So it's kind of one of the shames of this game is you don't get to look at his model more thoroughly. Because that's one of the things about this game is that some of the models are really fascinating, actually. There's like a, what was it, Bonfire VN or something? Where the YouTuber does a whole thing about like a lot of the models in this game. And how cool some of them are. And like a lot of the little details and stuff. Like they do the angels from Dark Souls 3 or whatever. And that's really cool. Boom. 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 Okay. And melee with him. Okay. Really quiet. Not sure what's up with that. Boom. It's simple. Attack the dusk. Yes. What's up? Hey, dude. What's going on? Not too much. Having a good day. Got some exercise done. You know, the usual type stuff. Got some exercise done. Got some cleaning done. So I'm actually having a pretty good day as far as they go. You know? Not so bad, huh? Okay, so now we go... what's his face? We kill Stinky. Or no, we don't kill Stinky. We kill... Moonlight Butterfly. Moonlight Butterfly's next. In fact, actually, you know what? Well, no, it's fine. Yeah, I'm sorry. I want to find a better time to stream. A time that like people aren't awake in the middle of the night. Somewhere in the world when I'm streaming. But it's really tough because it's a good time in South Asia. So it's a good time in Oceania. It's a great time to be streaming for Australians, I think. Or it's a decent time. Maybe not the best, but it's a good time to be streaming for Australians. And it's afternoon across America, across the United States. So probably if I was... Maybe I should try to fiddle with my time a little bit. Like I could push it back a couple hours. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, actually. No, okay, I guess if it works out, it works out. I think maybe this is actually a really good time to stream. I could try to mess around with it if If someone has like a better suggestion, like I could start like an hour earlier or later or something, and that's not like impossible. But I understand in the EU it's the middle of the night, which is not ideal, I guess. So I could maybe do it a little bit earlier. But the problem is if I do it earlier, I think it's morning in Sydney, Australia right now. It's like 10 a.m. in Sydney. And so I'd have to be, people would be, what's the time in Sydney right now? Let's see. So it's, okay, it's 12, or it's noon in Sydney. Okay, I could maybe stream a little bit earlier, actually. If you wanted, I could maybe stream a little bit earlier and get away with it. That's definitely on the table, actually, now that I'm looking at the time. Because it's noon in Sydney, and then what's the time in New Zealand? It's afternoon in New Zealand, right? So I could maybe push it back an hour or two. New Zealand time. Okay, yeah, I could maybe push it back an hour or two, and maybe have like an earlier, slightly earlier stream. So maybe we'll think about that. That's something I might do in the future. Because that also would make my schedule a little tiny bit easier to work with, depending on where I end up in the next like month or two. Because I'm gonna move in about a month. And so depending on where I am relative to like grocery stores and stuff, it might be convenient for me just to have it. It may in fact be convenient for me to be closer, farther away from. It may be convenient. It may be just as convenient for me to do a little bit earlier, so I can go to the grocery store later and stuff like that. Because it's about, depending on where I move to, it could be about 30 minutes to go to the grocery store, and then, or it's 30 minutes there and then 30 minutes back, depending on where I end up moving. So, under those auspices, it wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea. No, it's in the remaster. It's just a convenience thing from the remaster, is all. Yes, you're not supposed to do that, really. Or, I mean, in the original game, it doesn't exist. It's not a mod or anything, no, it's just the remaster. The remaster lets you do that. Frickin' remaster, huh? Shoot. I don't think spells is optimal for him. It's like fine. Yeah, I'm doing good damage. Guess it's fine. Timing's a little bit awkward though. There we go. And the butterfly. Speaking of which, I need that. Yeah, the remaster is really good, actually. I think people don't like the remaster, and that's fine. But I personally like the remaster. I'm a big fan of the remaster, actually. I think that people don't like it because, I don't know, they changed some stuff and they fixed some bugs, but I think most of the people who don't like it are like, well, I'm okay. Okay, there's one good reason not to like it, I think. And that's because you had to pay for it in a lot of, I think, or maybe you didn't, I don't know. But it's a little bit of a cash grab is like the main issue with it, I think. And it doesn't really make the game look that much better. It does make the game look better, but not by that much. So it's kind of a minimal remaster in a game that kind of didn't really need it for just like a quick buck on their part, right? So they just made a quick buck, basically, is like the main issue with it potentially. And then the other issue with it is it fixes some bugs for like speedrunners and stuff, and it, you know, there's some other kinds of things that are, maybe it fixes some like exploits, or I don't know. There's some other kind of issue that people have with it that has something to do with PvP, or yeah, I think maybe there's like a PvP issue with it or something. Somebody didn't like the PvP, the way they changed PvP or something, or they didn't like the like some kind of speedrun thing. Like speedrunners, it's like a different category than Prepare to Die, because they fix glitches, but they introduce new ones or something. So that's kind of the issue with it. That's the one thing. But it's obviously relatively fringe. That's like stuff that only certain people know about or whatever, and is like not really a problem for everyone else. But like, yeah. So I guess people have some criticisms of it, but it's not really something that I personally think it's a great remaster. It's definitely better than like Warcraft 3 Reforged or whatever, where they actually keep the art style pretty good. But I don't know, you know. Yeah, I don't know. 1.0 is just, it seems like it's more work than I would want to put in to do it. But I understand, but people keep talking about 1.0. Maybe it's just you, I don't know. But I swear people keep talking about 1.0. Interesting stuff, for sure. One second. There we go. Sif's dead. Okay, Covenant Notorious. Oh, we need to put down the Lord Vessel, too. Let's not forget putting down the Lord Vessel. Okay. Go back. But yeah, people keep talking about the Dark Souls 1.0 and how great it is, or how like interesting it is, or whatever. And that's interesting stuff. I haven't seen a video on it though yet. I don't know, maybe I haven't looked for it, but I haven't seen a video for it yet. I haven't like logged onto YouTube or whatever and been like, check out Dark Souls 1.0 or something. That is so weird. That is very strange that Elden Ring 1.0 is so different. That is really weird, actually. Okay, come on. Yeah. Do the thing. Cool. Put down the Dealy Bopper. Okay. Oh, and we just warp. We go to... yeah, so we go to Firelink, and we're going to go to New Londo. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know, is there like a YouTube channel that's doing like 1.0 or something? Is there like a YouTube channel that's all like, oh, like 1.0 type stuff? Is that like a thing that I'm not experiencing? Because I haven't seen anything about 1.0s yet, or anything like that. But I guess, I don't know, maybe it's on the Reddit or something? Maybe like Reddit or some other social media is like popping off with that 1.0 stuff? Because I haven't seen anything about it. This is like, you guys are telling me, this is the first thing I've heard about all this 1.0 stuff. I had never, like, looked into it at all, you know? Like, I never heard anything. Oh, okay, cool. Interesting. Okay, cool. Oh. I've been watching a lot of Minecraft. I've been watching some Minecraft stuff, actually, lately. That's kind of the thing. Oh, okay. See, I need to look at that. I need to go watch some of those summarized differences type deal. That's what I want. That's what I want, is a video that's like summarizing the differences. I need to go look that up. I need to go like look into that. Because you guys keep bringing it up, and so it's piquing my curiosity. Right? Lately, I've been watching Minecraft videos. I've been watching videos of people talking about like Minecraft stuff, and I've been watching. Yo, what's up? How are you? I've been watching lots of Minecraft stuff, and I've been watching... What's the other thing I've been watching? I'm watching something else, too, but I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. And then I've been watching, like, some new games out of Vinny, Vinesauce, and stuff. Oh, no, I've been watching Final Fantasy stuff, actually. I've actually been really big on Final Fantasy stuff right now. That's actually what I'm, like, interested in watching. No way. 1,000... Wow, that's a lot. Oh, it's bad. That's good to hear, dude. Hopefully you're feeling better. Well, I guess you said you're feeling better, so there you go. But no, I'm glad you're on the mend, though. That's for sure. That's always good news. Definitely. I'm lucky in that I don't get sick very often. I was sick, it was a couple years ago I was real sick, though. I think I had COVID or something, or like one of the COVID variants or something. I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty rare for me to get like super sick, I guess. Excuse me, gentlemen. Poor little ghostos. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I've been watching a lot of Minecraft. I've been watching Minecraft and Final Fantasy stuff right now. Like classic Final Fantasy, like Final Fantasy 6 and all that crap. All that good news. So that's what I've been up to lately as far as my YouTube stuff has gone. So this 1.0 stuff, I'll look into it though. I definitely will. Because somebody brings it up every stream and I'm like, interesting. And so I need to like do my due diligence and take a look at it. Because maybe it's something I'll look into. You know, I'm not going to make any promises. But it's not out of the question. It's not the sort of thing that I'm like completely opposed to or anything like that. And in fact, quite the contrary. Maybe it's something I'll look into. But I need to look at the differences and decide whether or not I think they're actually that meaningful. Oh. And usually I'm not super crazy about things that are just like small differences, but okay. Boom. Okay, cool. Key to the seal. We head down to that. Oh, I need fudge. Some ghosts. Come on, out of my way, ghosts. Spookers. Freaking spookers, man. You know, this is the thing, is it's like ghosts these days, you know. You can't ever get into the lower half of the New Londa ruins because there's always ghosts sitting there on your freaking in your way, hitting you with their Don't I feel lonely? No. Not at all, actually. Sometimes maybe, but not really. I have like so much stuff to do. I literally have so much stuff to do that I cannot begin to like feel lonely. I have way too much stuff to do. I am literally constantly like doing stuff, basically. My schedule is like completely like jacked. Like that's like asking like President Trump if he's like lonely or something. It's like, I don't know, is he? He's got so much to do. Okay, let's see here. Wait, oh shoot. Uh-oh. I guess I could bring it back down. And then we go gold, covetous. Oh. Okay. Boom. Look at that. This we can save ourselves some time getting chunks from these guys, but I don't actually want to fight them. But if I don't die, I don't have to go all the way back. But yeah, definitely. I'm like way too busy to be like to say that I'm lonely. I have so much stuff to do. Oh. See, I see the problem is I'm playing too much League of Legends lately. I need to like cut it down. But I got a bunch of stuff done today. I got my exercise in. Not that good an exercise, but you know, I gotta move in like 2 weeks. I need to be somewhere tomorrow too. And then and then I have to stream like most days. Delve plus Humble Servant. That's the setup of the century. That's what we need is Delve X Humble Servant. We need Delve X Humble Servant fanfic. I think that's a reasonable thing. The Delve X Humble Servant fanfic community is gonna pop off like crazy. We're gonna have a lot of people shipping Delve and the Humble Servant. Oop. And we're gonna have the Delve Humble Servant, or maybe the Delve to Humble Servant pipe. I don't know. I don't know how people wanted to describe that, but that's the idea. Definitely, I'm definitely in favor of Delve X Humble Servant. That's pretty funny. Whoa. Oh, this will be easy. This is like nothing to me. Oh. This is nothing to me, actually. I am very, very, very well equipped to slaughter these brutes with ruthless efficiency. Oh, except I need to put the ring on. Where is it? Covenant Notorious. Oh yeah, plus if you don't know me very well, you don't know about Caitlyn. Frickin' Caitlyn. My wife Caitlyn. Who I haven't seen in 10 years. But eventually I'll see her again. If I hustle hard enough and I bust it down, then eventually Eventually I'll see Caitlyn again. But not today. Okay, we got Crystal Falchion. Yeah, we'll use Crystal Falchion. We'll just blast this guy out of the stratosphere. She's a lawyer in New York, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But I haven't seen her in a long time. I haven't seen her since I was like 8 or 19 or something. So it's been about 12 years actually now. It's been over 10. I don't realize how much time has passed since I last saw poor Caitlyn. She's out there though, for sure. Oh, I got hit by the magic attack. There we go, cool. Did almost half the HP. 10 years is a long time, that's for darn sure. I know that. It's been more even longer. Well, that's life for you. When you have important things to do, it's not so big a deal. Yep. Oh. Look. Yeah, the computer's completely cooked because I just killed him so fast. Where is it? Well, she'll be bad. Well, I mean, she's the one making all the money. I don't make much. Not right now, anyway. Maybe in the future I'll make a bunch of money. That's the problem. Oh. I make some. My various things. My CEO lifestyle. But my company hasn't made like money in a while. No, I like women. I'm a big women guy. I'm woman pilled. Definitely. 100%. I'm like hard woman pilled. Absolutely. That's like one of the core ideas of mine. Like it's a lot less, you know, I'm totally woman pilled. 100%. Absolutely. That's without even, that goes without saying. I just, you know, but someday I'll see Caitlyn again. I'm like hard, 10 out of 10, like woman pilled. Absolutely. Like it's usually you go out there and you like, you know, they're like lawyers and stuff now. And like that's like freaking swag as hell. They're like lawyers and like engineers, all kinds of stuff like that. That's what it's really all about. Definitely. That's really the future, for sure. Like I'm all about that. See, that's why I need to keep the house clean. You know, that's like why I gotta keep my apartment cleaner. That's why I've been trying to work on that. You know, cause that's the way of things now. That's how it works these days, and I'm all about it. That's it. I'm contacting the humble servant. I'm a humble servant. I won't cause you trouble. I won't. With his Gandhi ass like robes and stuff, and his like freaking his Gandhi robes and his like revive magic or whatever he's got going on. The good old humble servant. See, imagine being married to Taylor Swift. That's what Taylor. Oh, well, anyway. That's the thing. Imagine being married to Taylor Swift. Yes, I know it's 2 a.m. in the EU. Definitely. Like I said, I might stream a little bit earlier in the future at some point. I don't know yet. But I could stream a little bit earlier if you guys really want. If you think it's smarter to stream a little bit earlier for Europeans, I can. But I need to balance it. I need to be like in the perfect time. Yeah, a couple souls there for sure. Not many, you know, not enough to level up yet anyway. But we'll get there once I get Nito. Oh, excuse me, Mr. Skeleton. What was I saying? Yeah, so maybe I'll stream a little bit earlier in the future. So maybe I'll stream so it's in the afternoon. So it's like maybe 11 or midnight, 11 to midnight in the EU. And then like maybe like 11 a.m. in Australia, and then like 4 to 5 p.m. here in the US. Yeah, well, it's not, you know, this is not exactly a hardcore run. Honestly, maybe a hardcore run would be pretty awesome, but I won't go to New Game Plus with hardcore. I could do a deathless for this game at some point. Like, I know I have what it takes. But that's definitely not going to be a run where I go, that's definitely not going to be like a New Game Plus character. I'm not going to go all the way to +6 in deathless. It's just not how the game is designed. You're not really supposed to play it deathless. Like, you can. And there's a lot, I'm sure there's smart people who have done all kinds of crazy stuff with deathless in this game. But I think if you're going to do Game Plus, that gets a lot trickier. I will do Calamity Ring, though. Calamity Ring is going to happen. It's just not today. But I'm definitely going to do Calamity Ring in the future. And I'll probably do Calamity Ring for DS3. Is there Calamity Ring in DS2? I might do Calamity Ring DS2 as well if it exists. I think it doesn't, though, right? There's no Calamity Ring in DS2? So maybe I'll do Calamity Ring New Game Plus DS2. I'll do Calamity Ring New Game Plus DS3. And then I'll probably do Calamity Ring DS1 too at some point. Yeah, no, it'll be really brutal, but there's ways to make it happen. It's not like impossible or anything. I can definitely do it. I know how to make it happen. You're talking to the right guy if you want the guy who knows how to make it happen, because I could totally make it happen. But I'm not gonna do it for a while. Once this is gonna be over, I'm gonna be sick of this game for a little bit. I'm planning on doing Sekiro. Nope. Oh shoot. In case oh. Gosh, stupid skeletons, man. Frickin' skeletons. The Ring of the Golden Dude. Ah, forget that. That ring is actually kind of not good. It's like fine. It's a good ring. It's a good ring. Okay, it is in fact a good ring. But you have to. But the thing about it is that it's at this point it's like not. It doesn't really do anything for me. Yeah, Case's Chime +10 is really good. Yeah, absolutely. You're gonna hit bosses like a truck with that. So yeah, maybe I might do another Dark Souls 2 New Game Plus character, but it's gonna be spellcasting only. Yeah, of course. It's gonna. I will do another Dark Souls 2 character all the way to New Game Plus 7, but it's gonna be New Game Plus 7, but it's gonna be spellcasting only. Yes, absolutely bonkers. So like I said, the Ring of Favor and Protection. The main issue is if you could equip it, not first off, the actual bonus to stats at this point is very small. So if your character is new, if you have a new character, right, the extra bonus to health and stamina is really high. And the extra health to stamina and health and equip load is really high comparatively, right? Because you don't have that much HP. But this character has so much HP and stamina that the extra bonus stamina and HP doesn't matter. Probably. There's maybe like a handful of scenarios where it matters, but in most cases it doesn't, right? And then the other thing is about that is that the equip load is fine, but then I could just equip Havel's Ring. And then at Havel's Ring I can unequip and re-equip at will, right? I don't have to sit there and it doesn't break or anything when I unequip it. So the Ring of Favor Protection is a little overrated. It's not bad. It's one of the best rings in the game, don't get me wrong. But it's a little tiny bit overrated, and it's not good for every situation and every character. And right now I'm doing Dark Woodgrain, because it's like super busted. It's like the most busted ring in the game, basically, other than Bellowing Dragon Crest. The best ring in the game is Bellowing Dragon Crest, but this is a close. But Dark Woodgrain, I think, is pretty close. Yeah, DS1 I think is a lot. I think DS2 is a bit of a mess for sure. It's a great game. It's a masterpiece of a video game, but it is a bit of a mess. But if I hold up, let me look this up really fast. I want to know. About that. Yeah, it went my mic. went dark or whatever. Sorry about that. But anyway, that is really cool too. I do love the Ancient Dragon. It's really awesome. What was I saying? Oh. Hmm? Okay. There we go. Yeah, so it's Company of Champions for Dark Souls 2. Yeah, I more or less agree with you about that. I still love the game. I still love the game. It's still a great game. Don't get me wrong. I love DS2. And I want to play it again in the future. I think the New Game Plus is like way too long though. Because to go all the way to the end of New Game Plus, like they needed to have fewer cycles or something for it to make more sense. Because it gets really long and tiresome by the end. This character, I don't know how many hours I have on it, but it's not that many. It's like maybe like 30 or something right now, right? I have like maybe like 30 or 40. It's going to be like 50 total. This character is only going to be like 50 hours total or something. Maybe a little bit more, but probably only about 50 hours. And a Dark Souls 2 New Game Plus character is like 150. Okay, that's actually really crazy. That is like actually really crazy. This character is going to take like 1/3 as much time as a Dark Souls 2 character would, basically, to go all the way to New Game Plus 6 with the Covenant and all that. So that's kind of the main issue with DS2. I think that's the biggest problem. First off, the game is a little bit too long, even for casual players. Even a casual player gets so exhausted by the end of it. But it is a great game. I mean, maybe that's a feature. Maybe some people are like, oh, that's actually a feature. That's not a bug, which is fair enough. Like, it's subjective, right? Oh, I think it's staff hexes a little tiny bit. I think it's a little tiny bit staff hexes. They're both really good. And you can use both of them just fine. But I do think staff hexes are a little tiny bit better. Yeah, well, DS1 is longer than Demon Souls. Demon Souls is... or, no, it's not. It depends on how you do it. If you kill every boss and do, like, everything, DS1 is longer than Demon Souls, but Demon Souls is, like, weirdly long. It's like, or it's actually not. It's, like, it's short, but your first playthrough is going to be a long time. It's like, it's a game that's going to be a long one on your first playthrough. But every subsequent playthrough is, like, really short. I think, at least. That's my experience with it. Go 15. Because we need to kill patches here. Yeah, I think Demon Souls is the perfect... I think actually Demon Souls is the one with the best game length. I think Demon Souls is actually the right amount. I think Demon Souls is like... it doesn't overstay its welcome. I think all the rest of them kind of overstay their welcome a little bit. Especially with New Game Plus. I think Demon Souls is the best one for that.
What's wrong with you? Well, if that's what it has
personally, at least. But, you know, obviously that's subjective. Shoot. Oh, he's gonna kill me. I need to falchion him. I need to yeah. I need to falchion him. The Demon Souls remake? Yeah, it sounds really good. If I could buy the Demon Souls remake, I would. Definitely. That's the issue. So Dark Souls 2 is, I think, the worst for game length. I think it's just too long. And it's especially funny when there's so many bosses that are just kind of crappy. Like, who cares about Covetous Demon? You know? Like, who's like, oh, yes, Covetous Demon. We gotta include that. Like, honestly, they could have just cut Covetous Demon. They could have just cut a bunch of areas, and they could have cut a bunch of, like, Covetous Demon stuff. Because, I mean, who wants to invade? Okay, look, and I'm not going to sit here and judge people. Who wants to invade people in the first half of Shaded Woods? Who's sitting there saying to themselves, God, I can't wait to invade people in the first half of Shaded Woods? You know the part with, like, the dumb zombie enemies that, like, don't do anything? Who is sitting there saying to themselves, I got to invade in the first segment of Shaded Woods? And a lot of the low-effort areas should have been cut. Like the first half of, maybe like the first half of, or they never should have made them. Like the first half of, where it's called Earthen Peak, I think is kind of crappy. Harvest Valley is a little crappy. The first half of Shaded Woods is kind of bad. They could have cut like a little bit of like, I don't know, but it's tough for me to say that because I think that's like obviously people worked really hard on those areas. So I don't want to be like, oh, they should just they should have just cut everything, right? Because it's like really stupid. But like, definitely they could have trimmed some enemies and bosses for sure. Like, I hate to be the guy who says it, but I definitely think they could have trimmed some areas and bosses, and it would have been just fine. The game really wouldn't have been hurt by it. Oh shoot, gosh. They really could have cut. Maybe I need to try spells on him or something. They really definitely could have cut a handful of areas and bosses, and the game would have been... Yeah, that's another area. Well, I think you're supposed to invade there. So that's an area... But that's what I'm saying, is not every area is a good place to invade. You're not going to invade somebody in every place. The gutter, they should have just cut the gutter. When they realized they couldn't do it right, they should have just cut it. That's another place. That's probably the worst one. That's an area that they really should have just probably cut. So they definitely could have trimmed out a lot of the low-effort areas. Pilgrim to the Dark area, I don't really like that much, but it's supposed to be PvP, so it's like whatever, right? But they probably could have replaced that with something more interesting, and people probably would have liked it more. So that's another great example of a place where, you know, they probably could have made a different choice and it would have been better. They could have cut... let's see... Yeah, they definitely could have cut some stuff and gotten away with it, and I think the game probably would have actually been better for it. But this is the sort of thing where it's like when you're making a movie. This is the thing about game design, right? This is a really, yes, it's like really terrible. I think the gutter is probably the worst area in the game. The thing is this is what happens when you're making a movie, right? When you make a movie, there's always parts of the movie that get cut out, right? There's always stuff where people are like, yeah, this isn't that funny, we're not going to have it. This isn't that great, we're not going to have it, right? So, you know, there's like three hours of footage for a movie, and then they end up with like a 2-hour movie, right? But like video game developers the developers for DS2 didn't think like that. They didn't say to themselves, oh god, we need to cut this stuff. What they said to themselves was, oh god, we can't cut anything. And so the game feels really long, and there's a bunch of areas that are just useless. And I get that for a lot of players, like invasions are really cool and awesome, but players don't want to invade in every dumb area of the game. So it's like, I think, like I said, first half of Shaded Woods could definitely be cut. I think No Man's Wharf is okay. In fact, I think No Man's Wharf is one of the better areas in the game, which is saying something. What's an area in the second half? Yeah, like, I don't know, like Dragon Sanctum. I guess they kind of have to do that because they have the dragon model, right? Or not Dragon Sanctum, you know what I'm talking about, Dragon Shrine. They probably could have cut, honestly, Dragon Airy a little bit, but they, you know, Dragon Airy is an area where they probably could have cut that, and it really wouldn't have been that bad, honestly. I think it looks okay, but it's like they reused enemies from the Lost Bastille, and they have the I guess that's where the dragon enemies are, right? So if they cut that, they have to put the dragon enemy someplace else, right? So I don't know, but they could have trimmed that area at least. I'm also not crazy about Dragon Shrine, like I've said before. The heal with the flasks. Yeah, it's like really weird. Absolutely, it's a very strange game. Hold up, let's see if I can knock him off the platform. There he goes. Okay, cool. Oh, he's stuck. Okay, go. I wonder if I could, like, Wrath of God or something, these. There we go. As long as I stay away from the water, I shouldn't get any more. Okay, and then we just go... Falchion. What was I saying again, though? Yeah, so like I was saying, though, I think... I'm like struggling to think, like, I don't know, maybe they could have cut Huntsman's Copse. Huntsman's Copse is pretty cool in some ways, but it's not that cool. I don't know. They could have maybe cut parts of Huntsman's Copse. I don't know. I mean, like, it would obviously be a totally different game if they did what I suggest and they cut a bunch of stuff, right? And so, like, I respect the idea that, you know, maybe that's not the right idea. But like I said, when you're making a movie, right, you have, like, 3 hours of footage and you cut a bunch of it, right? Well, you know, the Dark Souls 2 is a great example of a situation where they didn't want to cut anything. They tried as hard as they could to avoid cutting literally anything, even if it just like even if it made no sense and like everyone kind of like panned it. So there's a lot of areas of the game like that where people are like, "Eh, this is kind of meh. This is fine. It's okay, but we're not crazy about it." And then they didn't cut any of those spots. Basically, everything like that is still in the game essentially. And so I think maybe that's like one of the main issues with DS2. Definitely, there's a lot of other little problems with DS2. Like people have said with the healing with the flask being slow and the character feeling slow, and it feels like your character's on like pudding or grease or something, right? And it feels like almost like slippery too. It's like the game both feels stiff and also slippery at the same time. How do you do that? How do you make your game? How do you take like the DS1 feels great. DS1 feels really good to play. It feels very, very, very good to play. How do you make your sequel game both play worse, but then also feel like more slippery and stuff, right? It's like both stiff and slippery. So I think that's the main issue with DS2, and I think everyone kind of knows it. At least in my opinion. And then there's a couple other little problems. Like nothing that's like a game that's like a ruiner. Oh shoot. But like yeah, little tiny issues with it. Little tiny issues with it for sure. Can I drop down here? Or no? I'll try here. Because the problem is there's two. Shoot. I think I just run past. Yeah, I just run past. Fine, Patches is dead, so I don't have to worry about him. But I love DS2. I don't want to play it again. DS2 is happening again. So if you're excited to see more DS2, sometime in the future, you're gonna get your wish. DS2 is 100% happening. There's no way around it. DS2 is like absolutely happening at some point. Maybe not in the near future, but once I stop being sick of it, DS2 is 100% happening. We're gonna see like hella DS2. I'm gonna do another all the way to New Game Plus 7 with DS2. Covenant of Champions and everything. Spellcasting only, basically, is probably what I'm gonna do. And it's gonna be weird and lame and miserable, but it's gonna be at least kind of funny. And it's gonna be I wouldn't call it viable per se, but it's gonna be close to viable. Oh shoot. Come on. They got lost. Getting lost around here. Oop. Yeah, I'm gonna move in like a month, I think. Or is it a month? Yeah, it's about a month. Because my lease, this is the crazy thing. I get this email from these guys from my landlord, and they're raising rents by like $200. It's like, what are you talking about, bro? How can they possibly justify raising rents by $200 frickin' dollars here? It's like this place isn't that good. There's a lot of problems with this place. Enemies cannot handle the. They can't. They really cannot handle the ninja ring for sure. But I'm sitting there, and I'm like, so yeah, so I have to. But the bottom line is I have to move in a month, and but hopefully I'll go to a nicer neighborhood, and I'll have an apartment that has that's more reasonably priced. The thing is, they have a lot of overhead. This place has a ton of overhead because there's like they have a bunch of employees for some reason, and the employees do nothing. They have these receptionists. So there's like an office that's like near me, and they have a receptionist. And the receptionist like does nothing as far as I can tell. And they have like 2 receptionists. How do you have 2 receptionists at your establishment? What possible justification could you have for having 2 different receptionists here? Right? Like it's just crazy. It's like, why do they have 2 receptionists? I don't know. But anyway, I have to move. Whatever the case, whatever the reason. I don't know, you know. Go figure, right? But in any case, I have to move because they're raising rents on me. And so wherever I go, though, hopefully will be nicer. I'll at least be this place is kind of okay, but the neighborhood is not very good. And also, not only is the neighborhood not very good, but also like it has like a pool. Like there's a pool here. It's like I don't swim, so that's useless. But this is why I never should have moved from the place I came from. There's a place I came from, and I never should have moved from it. But you know, that's in the past now. You know, I even went up there. I actually went up there and I talked to the guy. He's like, "No, I'm not gonna move." And I'm like, "Damn." Yeah, I need a cheaper spot for sure. But we're in the middle of kind of like a crisis, I guess, or something. We're in the middle of like a housing crisis or whatever. So, but we'll see. I'll find something. I'll find something better than wherever I am right now. It's like so stupid that they're raising rents. Though I do hate that. And there's like a bunch of housing downtown, which is where I live, Like, it's all so expensive, and it's so crappy. It's like, there's so much, like, housing. There's housing here that's cheap, but that housing is, like, the worst housing. In the worst part of town, with, like, the worst neighbors. And then there's, like, so I'm trying to go into kind of a crappy place. I want a place that's, like, crappy in the way that it's, like, cold. I want a place that's, like, crappy in the sense that it's, like, hot in the summer and cold in the winter, you know? Like, I don't want a place that's crappy because there's a bunch of, you know, freaking, because it's like there's, you know, all kinds of, like, cockroaches and stuff. I want a place that's crappy because it's, like, cold in the summer, hot in the winter, it's crap like that, you know? That's the kind of thing I want. And I'm willing to pay less to have that kind of stuff because I'm actually really good at dealing with that because I've dealt with it for a long time. So it's like, yes, please give me the apartment that's cold or hot all the time, and then that way, because my current apartment isn't, but then it's like I pay for it in other ways. So they charge me more, and then the neighborhood is just like so crappy that it's like worse and stuff like that. You know, random crap like that. So yeah, I mean, you know, but I mean, there's no sense crying over it, you know. It's just how it is. But I'm excited to move. I'm glad I get to. It's going to be a little bit of stress on me, you know, but it's still going to be nice. It's going to be something I get to do at the end of the day. Hopefully I'll go someplace nicer, yeah. And I'm already scoping out the neighborhoods. Problem is, of course, if you want to go to a nice neighborhood, that's going to cost you. You know, because they know. But I'm looking at housing that's like should be a lot cheaper than what I'm looking at right now. Because I used to live in a place that was way cheaper. Of course, when you pay a lot less, there's always a problem. But my hope is the problem can be something manageable, like that I can like really easily manage. Like, shoot, fudge. Cool. Go. Oh, we need to unequip that because I'm medium rolling. Oh shoot, I'm still in range for that. It's not the end of the world, that's for sure. This place isn't that bad. Although it kind of feels that way sometimes. But it's a great example of how just because you're paying more doesn't mean you get more. Actually, you'd think that if you pay more, you get more, but that's not really true. Turns out. I should have known better, you know, but that's life for you. But that's a problem for next month, because my lease ends in April. So I don't have to start looking until like mid-March. Because there's kind of no point. Because even if I find a place that's really great, I won't be able to move into it until, you know, until mid-April basically. And so yeah, but that's something that's so there's probably going to be a lapse in streaming for like at least a couple days while I get that sorted out. But that's months. That's going to be mid-April basically before that's even a thing. Okay, now okay, 4 Kings is dead. Thingamajig is dead. Who else do we need to kill? 4 Kings, Thingamajig, Nito. I guess we can go to. I guess we'll just do. We'll do Seath, I guess. Seath is fine. We'll do Seath. And then how do I usually? Oh yeah, no, we need to. Oh wait, there's one thing I need to do first. I want to try this spear out. But I need to finish upgrading it. Okay. So I need to go to the... But yeah, I mean, you know, it's one of those things where I wish I never moved away from the place I used to live. There was a place I used to live, and it was like the best place ever, retrospectively. It was really terrible in some ways, but at least it was cheap. At least it was cheap, And that in some way, and I was comfortable. And so that was really what I needed to do, was not move away from the place I last was living at. But that's obviously, we've crossed that bridge. But hopefully I can find a place that's like that place. So what you want to do is you want to avoid, I think the secret here for finding an apartment, and it depends on what your goal is, right? If your goal is to spend more and get like a really nice place that you want to live forever, that's tough, right? There's like a lot of places that's like tough. You want a good neighborhood, basically. If your plan is to do that, you want a good neighborhood, I think. And then, alternatively, if you want a place to just stay, you want to basically spend the least. The more you spend, the worse it is, basically. You just want a place that just like is cheap as you can get it to be, and just like meets your basic needs, essentially. And like, so that's my new mantra, I guess, is like, as I look for this next place, I'm gonna look for a place that's cheap, but then meets my other like requirements, and I'll just like suck up whatever the problem with it is, because there's always gonna be a problem. There's always gonna be something wrong with it. Big surprise. It's like buying a car, you know. Not that I've ever done that, but you get the idea. I don't know. Maybe I'm complaining over much. Maybe people are like, "Oh, you're complaining too much about this," which is like totally reasonable, totally fair. But it's just I'm thinking a lot about it because it's coming up. Because my move is coming up, so, you know. But I mean, you know, I don't know. I don't want to bellyache too much. You know, it's just a place to stream from. Just a place to sleep and stream from and cook. You know, in a lot of ways. It's just the way it is. But yeah, I'm planning to go move up into there's a neighborhood to the north of me called the Avenues. It's a little bit quieter than the neighborhoods down here, and hopefully I can find something kind of up there. But I'm looking and I'm finding a lot of pretty, like, meh places. Nothing too terrible. What's the scaling on it look like? Bad. This weapon is terrible. This weapon is a giant joke, actually. Holy hell. This weapon is, like, the biggest joke I've ever seen in a weapon. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's pretty stinky, actually. So, for comparison's sake, my bow and arrow hits about that hard. That is actually really terrible. That is like a laughably terrible weapon. I don't know how anyone could possibly justify using it. That is like sad. And it weighs like 10 too. Holy heck. That is a bad weapon. Let's see here. See, I don't know. Whatever. It's like for you. You can't fight City Hall, as the saying goes. Oh. Okay, so we're gonna kill Seath here, obviously. I don't know why his AI is like borking out, but there you go. And then we'll do, but at least it's warm here. You know, at least it's nice and warm here. That's one thing I will say. It's nice and warm here right now. The crocuses are blooming. You know, my mood is improving already just because it's warmer. You know, I gotta admit that. What's up, dude? How you doing? Hi, my mood is improving tremendously since the weather is improving. The better the weather is, the more my my mood improves. Not too bad. Not too bad. I got a bunch done today, so I'm pretty happy with myself. Got a good run in. Like I said, got some exercise. That was great. You love to see it, really. Yeah, I love the summer, obviously. That's my favorite season, probably. Just because it's warm and all that. Good news. I don't mind the cold too much. I do mind the cold, actually. I hate to admit it, I mind the cold. I much prefer the summer. I'm really good at dealing with the summer heat. I think that's really kind of what it comes down to. What's up? Well, hey, in my defense, okay? In my defense, winters here are kind of cold. Winters here, it can drop below freezing here. The winters here are really windy and cold. So, well, they're not that cold. They're not that windy, but they're cold and they're cold. It's not like we get like really nice winters here. If we got really nice winters here, I'd be like a pro winter guy. But we don't get nice winters. We get bad winters here. Well, they're not that bad. There's places with much worse winters. Basically, the entire middle section of the United States has really terrible winters. I need to test. I need to figure it out. Basically, it's better though, as far as I can tell. Actually, I need to test the It's the reason why these enemies are resistant to slash. But I can try it out. We can try it out again. The thing is that spear does like nothing to we'll try it out again. We'll give the spear another test. But I kind of am not super optimistic about its odds. Like that's just not that good. Like 193 is not good for this. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not good either. It's only okay, but we'll see how it does against this crystal guy, this crystal hollow. Actually, when he shows up to me. Oh shoot! Uh-oh. Yeah, it only does. Yeah, this doesn't hit very hard. Look at that. This spear in particular is just very terrible. Unfortunately, it's just sad to say, but it's like this spear in particular is just very bad. There's like kind of no way to make it work. Basically, it's just like very simple and bad. Yeah, it's bad. I kind of was hoping because it's face scaling. And lightning damage. So I was kind of hoping it would be good, but it's just not. It just isn't. I think if it was buffable, it may be a little better. I know it's my sentiments exactly. Very cool weapon, very terrible weapon, unfortunately. But I wanted to try it out just because it's face scaling, and I've never tried it before. Really, I've never like really used it. Oh come on! Oh shoot! Well, we gotta do all that again. Gosh darn it! Well, give it another shot. Usually that goes a lot better than that. But what was I saying? Yeah, it's an absolutely terrible boss weapon. Truly miserably bad boss weapon. As far as boss weapons go. Just the worst. Just absolutely the worst boss weapon, maybe. I mean, boss weapons in this game aren't very good. Okay, across the board, they're not very good. They just aren't. I don't think. I don't think. I like Smo's hammer is okay. I don't think they're supposed to be good. I think even in Demon Souls, they're kind of bad. There's like really no good ones even in Demon Souls. They're pretty across the board, kind of terrible. Not unusable, but even in Demon Souls, they're kind of. Oh no, Demon Souls are a lot better because you get Lava Bow. Lava Bow's okay. You get Butcher's Knife. Butcher's Knife is okay. What's another one? No, I think boss weapons are actually good in Demon Souls is the problem. They're actually okay. I like Dozer Axe is fine. It's actually not good, but it's fine. You can do stuff with it. It does what it's supposed to do. It's a big heavy weapon with no scaling, with no net scaling. So it does what it's supposed to do. There we go. One more. Yeah, there's some. I mean, I think boss weapons in this game are unfortunately worse. Quaylag's Fury Sword and Chaos Blade are okay though. So if you really want to use a boss weapon, Chaos Fury Sword or Chaos Blade are okay. Ow. That's about it though. Come on, why does that hit me? What a freaking creep. Why did that hit me? Oh my gosh. Okay, game. Okay. I get ya. I understand. Don't worry. Unbelievable. Unfreaking-believable. Unfreaking-believable. You need to stun lock him before he does that. So I think maybe using Ushikatana, Divine Ushikatana might be the play here, unfortunately. Because it's just simple. It's just easier to use. Oh, shoot. It's pretty bad, though, but it's not, like... It's clean combos, so... How bad could it be? Yeah, 2 shots. Yeah, okay. Oh, it does. Okay. That's the issue, is it doesn't do very much damage to that enemy. So that is an issue. Usually I snipe him. Or a lot of times I snipe him, actually. But you can't always snipe him because, for reasons. Can I snipe him now? No, I basically can't. God, he's such a pain. This enemy sucks. What a stinker. He's like in the worst position too, because I have to get on this other side. Oh, there. Never mind. Okay, that's not so bad. What a horrible enemy. Uh-oh. Look at how they didn't try a true combo on the point though. Why do people say the sword is good if it didn't true combo? Like, it's fine. I'm sorry. I'll stop complaining about the boulder side sword. Okay. Try us again. There we go. We finally did it. Divine is magic. Yeah, so he's there. But the thing is, the funny thing is the regular goons, though. Yeah, well, that's what I need is like a crystal. Yeah, like a spear or something would probably be better. Honestly, it's like fine. I don't really need it. It's fine. Like, I could definitely use like a spear or something, like a halberd. A halberd would probably be the best option, honestly. Crystal halberd or something would probably be really good. Yeah, you know, it's definitely, for sure. But I just didn't prep that, and it's not essential for me here. It's not the end of the world that I don't have one. And on top of that, it still isn't a great way of dealing with the biggest problem is the summoners. So the crystal guys are weak to slash, and the summoners are also a problem, right? And so there's no easy way to deal with the summoners, basically. Is like the real problem. Okay, don't get cursed. Go ahead, Seath. Do your thing. Uh-oh. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah, because it's like, this is like really niche. Like, using it for this is like really niche. I don't really need a spear. Boulder Side Sword is fine. It's not, maybe it's like, maybe there's like a better weapon. But the problem is dealing with the channelers. Like, even if I had a spear, dealing with the channelers would still stink. There's actually no easy way to deal with the channelers. Basically, as far as I can tell. You can hit them with the Great Scythe. That's like the easy way to deal with them. It's to like R2 them with the Great Scythe. Or like stun lock them with the Boulder Side Sword. That's your option, right? So, I mean, it's just as everyone who's done this area for the first time knows, this area just isn't that easy, right? There's like no super easy way. You just have to get the technique for the area down, and you have to suck up the fact that some enemies are going to be a problem. Oh shoot! I'll hit him with the bow. There we go. Once again, bow and arrow to the rescue, for sure, though. See, maybe that's the thing I love about this game, is that bow and arrows are good. Maybe that's what I really really love about this game, is that bow and arrows are good. You know, because I love bow and arrows. Bow and arrows are really fun. And so maybe it's just that. Maybe that's what I love the most about this game. Excuse me. Then we just gotta do Lost Izalith and then DLC. And then optional bosses, too. Lost Izalith, DLC, optional bosses, including Asylum Demon, or Stray Demon. So I can't forget about that. Oh. Oh, come on. Gotta love that. Okay. Just 2 more. Or no, it's 3 more. Ah, great scythe. What would I do without you? I'm reaping enemies like they're freaking wheat. Look at that. Isn't that just the best? Tell me that's not just the best. Look at that. Unbelievable. I know it grabs me from, yeah, the DS2 hitbox for sure. On the grab, yeah. That's pretty funny actually. I like that. DS2 hitbox. Okay, watch. He slides down. And then I just take him to task with the scythe. Yeah, that's right, buddy. Oh yeah. Scything it up. What would he do without the great scythe? You know, that's the real question. That's the real question. That's the real question we need to ask ourselves. What if not for the great scythe? Oh, shoot. Okay. Drop down. Wow, okay. Why did it... What the heck was that? Why? Why did that happen? Freaking sus game. Unbelievable. It just cheated me. Oh, come on. And now the enemies are getting fresh with me. Well, finally. Did you see that acid spit attack? I've never seen before. Look at that. Unbelievable. Okay, jeez. What an event. What an event that was. Holy heck. I've never seen them do that kind of stuff. I've never seen that before. It's like a completely new one. Okay, hits. Well, I guess it doesn't. The switch doesn't matter. Whatever. Pull the switch. Yeah, and I've also been playing Fire Emblem 7. I don't know if people know about Fire. I think I've talked about Fire Emblem 7 before, but I'm also playing Fire Emblem 7, and it's pretty okay. It's not so bad. You get to play some it's like a tactical RPG game. It's like the classic tactical RPG game. Everyone loves it. It's like really famous. I've been playing a lot of that in Japanese. It's been pretty fun. But it's been slow going because I have to go through every single character, every single Chinese character as I go, to try to like understand what they're saying. So it's like really laborious. It's like very, 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 very laborious. Not bad, but laborious for sure. And I've been leveling Lyn. So Lyn is like the main character, but she's like infamously terrible, or people hate her. I guess she's actually not that. She's worse than, or she's way better than people think she is. But she's still not good, I guess. She's still there's still some problems with her as like a character, as a unit in the game. But she's definitely overhated and a little bit underrated. Okay, so now we go. Where is it? Where is it? What am I using? Boulder Side Sword. There we go. And then we need to kill the summoner. Kill this. We lock the summoner up, or we try to unlock him anyway. Come on. Come on. There we go. Okay. Yeah, and also the DS, the Dark Souls, the Dark Souls 2, the Demon Souls walkthrough, the Demon Souls New Game Plus guide is coming out soon. It's a couple days off, or maybe like a week, maybe like 4 or 5 days off, maybe. There we go. See, you get to stun lock combo him though. So you expect that in the next week, ideally. I'm working hard on it, and I just need to put the footage together finally, because I got the audio all processed and done. So it should just be the footage, the part where I've added the footage. It's gonna be about 30 minutes, a little bit less, I think, total. It's gonna go over like a bunch of spells, items, weapons, stuff like that. But it's not gonna cover everything. I'm probably gonna have to go back and play Demon Souls again to finish it off. Stab. But that's gonna be next week or whatever. And I need to finish cleaning my or I need to do a bunch of cleaning though, so we'll see how much time I got. You know. But I'm starting to work on my time management better. I'm trying to keep myself a little more put together, I guess you could say. Let's see if I can do this. See, it hits good. Oh my gosh, I figured out a strat for these. This guy. Fudge you, brother. There we go. Look at that. Oh, that makes it so much easier. That makes it so much easier to deal with them. This enemy is such a pain. So for some reason the lock-on's like broken here. I'm not sure why. You'd be like right next to the edge to lock on. There we go. Cool. Luckily his animation is so wonky that it like doesn't matter. And we need to grab Crystal Ember too. If we can. It's not like, it's maybe not like strictly essential, but no, it's essential, I'd say. Just in case we need it. Just in case we need Crystal Ember. Probably not, but maybe. So there you go, Crystal Ember. And now we put on... We'll go Crystal Falchion for this too. Speaking of which, I need to check these weapons. So 10 out of 16. Then what's the Crystal Great Scythe at? 5 out of 13, okay. So I may need to upgrade another Great Scythe here. Once I kill the last Lord. But, yeah. That's the main problem with Crystal. Is I gotta keep fueling it. Like I have to keep making new ones. And if one breaks during a boss, that's a catastrophe. So it's like really dumb, actually. So I run the risk of creating a scenario where one breaks. But the good news is I can equip 2 at once. I have enough equip load that I can have 2 on at one time. So I can have one on my I can have one in my hands and then one in the other hand or whatever, right? So I got so that's something I'm probably gonna have to do if one gets really low in durability. And then and then just like have it in my have like another one ready to go. But I can do that. That's the nice thing about this character. Is like I can still ninja flip with 2 great scythes equipped at once, and it's like totally fine. I just need to unequip my oh shoot, I still need to deal with the clams, don't I? Stupid freaking clams, man. Oh shoot. Uh-oh. Well, let's get to the next area before I equip the Great Scythe again. I probably should just ignore the clams actually and just run past them. But if they kill me, it's a waste of time. I should have just if they kill me, I'm not really saving any time. Is the issue. So I could fight. So if I fight the clams, I might shave a couple seconds off if I were to die. But obviously, if I don't die, then it's a waste of time to kill the clams. So that's kind of the main issue with the clams. For whatever reason, they failed to code the barrier that stops the clams from entering the arena. So that's kind of the issue. And then on top of that, I still have to pass by the yellow golem here, and he can like one-shot me. So there's like a pretty compelling reason to fight the clams, I guess. Other than I don't technically have to. It's not technically essential. But I tend to do it. I tend to do it anyway. Where is it? Great Scythe. And this way we can fight the clams. Like I said, I'm gonna have a mushroom. I'm gonna have a beef and broccoli mushroom style for dinner. Just gonna chop up a bunch of mushrooms, put them in a freaking pan, let them saute for a while in water, and then what I do is I then fry them in a little bit of oil until they get a little bit of crisp on them, and then I just dunk in some soy sauce and some what's it called? Jalapeno powder and nutritional yeast and and then black pepper and salt. And then you toss in, like, you can toss in some broccoli into that or whatever, or you can boil some broccoli beforehand and toss that in. Come up with something kind of tasty. See, I'm actually relatively new to cooking. I've been cooking a lot more in the last 5 years. Has it been 5 years since I started cooking? I don't remember when I started cooking. It was a couple of years back though, when I just like cooked every meal. Okay. And there's still one more clam after this, too. Or there's two more, even. Because there's this one and there's one hiding back there, too. Boom. Once again, Black Boa Ferris doing all the work for me here. Look at that. Isn't that just so simple and easy? Gosh. Gotta love the Black Boa Ferris, everyone. Oh, yeah. It's like actually legitimately too good. This is what makes Dex so better than Strength. So you can use a compound bow, but it's not as good. Black Boa Ferris, you get that real long range. You get that real stinky long range, so you can cheese. You can cheese anything and everything in this game. Oh. Slice. Okay. We'll go. I guess let's just go Crystal Great Scythe. Or no, not Crystal Great Scythe. Let's just do Falchion here. I think he can't bleed. I don't know. He might be able to bleed, but I don't know. I actually don't know if he can bleed, because I know that a lot of the other dragon bosses can't, so he probably can't, or he can. I don't know. So we're not going to even try bleed. We're just going to hit him with the Falchion. Honestly, I shouldn't be using crystal weapons for most non-DLC bosses, but Nito's kind of the exception because he can be a pain. He can get you, and he also doesn't take very much damage from slash attacks, so just to kind of offset my lack of damage on him, I think it's probably okay. Boom, there you go. Cool. There we go, Seath. Now we just need to do Beta Chaos. Well, actually, it's like it's 4 bosses. But once we get those done, it's Beta Chaos, yeah. So we gotta go to Lost Izalith. Do I need having a Falchions? Let me check something. Yeah, I could probably put off getting another Falchion for a minute here. I could maybe probably save it for next cycle. If I run out of Falchions, though, it's really bad, but I think I don't need an extra copy. Not yet, anyway. I think I can repair. I'll repair my stuff, too, while I'm at it. Level up, go Dex. Then, repair. Oh. Go warp. Where is it? Utter Chaos? Okay. And then once Starter Chaos is done, yeah. This is okay. So yeah, we do this. We kill. We don't need another Falchion right now, at least yet. We'll probably get a Falchion later at some point, but it's fine for right now. Yeah, so we got plenty of uses of that Falchion, that Crystal Falchion, for now. And then we'll use. I think we'll maybe use PGS on. I don't know. I kind of want to try this sword because you might be able to stagger. I don't know if Centipede Demon can stagger. But I was actually having really good luck with PGS on this guy. Like, PGS was actually pretty decent on him. On Centipede Demon. I don't think he can bleed. But also, I think that the way his hitbox works, it's, like, fine for PGS. So I think a lot of these bosses are just fine and dandy with PGS. In fact, I could probably use PGS against this guy even, actually, now that I think about it. I'm pretty sure PGS would be optimal for this guy, actually. Just because there's really no way you can miss him. For some of these bots, like for example Sif, you don't want to use PGS, because you can miss. His hitbox is really weird and wonky, and so you need at least a Falchion. You need something with at least the reach of a Falchion to be able to hit him at all. Right? And so if you're trying to use PGS, you'll try to hit his belly and it won't even work. You'll just miss. Right, and then on top of that, some of these other ones, PGS can also have issues with too, just because the range. Yeah, so there's like maybe a couple other bots. Like I don't know if I can even use it against like 4 kings. Like you're supposed to hug him, but like there's a chance. Like I think it's probably fine against 4 kings, but I don't know for sure. It's definitely not essential. You don't need it, right? But it's but I think it's optimal against this guy at least, and I think it's optimal against the next guy because he can bleed really easily. I think it's optimal against Centipede Demon because he can't really stop you from hitting him. His model is such that you're not going to miss, probably. And that's like the most crucial thing, is that his model is set up in such a way that he doesn't, you can't miss him. But like Nito, you wouldn't want to use PGS on Nito, for example. Of course, you wouldn't really want to use... The reason I use Scythe on Nito is because Nito... Because Nito, you could hit him through his cloak. Because ordinarily you can't hit him from behind. Your attacks will just miss from behind, or they won't quite reach. But with Great Scythe, you can hit him from behind, for whatever reason. Yeah, but against this boss, because he doesn't bleed, it barely does anything. PGS like barely does anything against this guy. Extra, but you know, it's maybe still some. Maybe it saves like 1 swing over the whole course of the whole fight. Probably not. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not an expert on that topic, so hard to say. But there you go. We just wait for the souls. Yeah, there you go. Put back on the Shadow Mask. Homeward out, and then it's just this next guy, Demon Fire Sage. Very standard boss. Very simple standard boss. Okay. Oh, there's Grass Crest. Yeah, well, Grass Crest on our back. And then, yeah, Demon Fire Sage. And then Centipede Demon is always a pain. And then, whatever his name is, Betacast is like simple. Yeah, I don't think PGS is always optimal. I think PGS is definitely optimal in many cases. But I think it's not always optimal, for sure. I think even on like I think it also does less poise damage. I could be wrong. It might do the same amount of poise damage. But like there's certain bosses you can stun lock too, and so probably Falchion is better for those bosses too. It's like this guy you can stun lock, but of course it depends, because I think you can stun lock this guy with PGS as well. PGS is definitely not like this. It's not. I don't think it's the best weapon in the game. I think if I could only pick one weapon, it would actually be Great Scythe. I think if I was like forced to pick one weapon for this character, it would have to be Great Scythe. And the reason why... Oh, shoot. Oh, gosh. The reason why is actually very simple. Because DLC bosses have such high resistances that you have to do big, huge physical hits. And the only weapon that can do that on the deck side is the Great Scythe. And like maybe like Baldur's Sidesword is like kind of close, and then some of the katanas are also okay too. But if you want like sheer physical AR, you have to go Great Scythe. So if there's only one weapon... yeah, what does? It does strength damage with dex? Yes, yeah, it does, exactly, yeah. So if I can only pick one weapon, it would have to be Great Scythe. And Great Scythe is good enough for all these other bosses. But because these bosses have such lower resistance, because all these enemies have lower resistance, hitting them with PGS is also fine. Because I can just bleed them, or I can, you know, get a bleed proc or stagger them or something. But and the other problem with PGS is you'd have to farm them for crystal. So it's kind of impractical to crystal infuse them, or upgrade them down crystal. You totally could upgrade them crystal, but it's a little impractical relative to a Falchion. And that's like another problem with them. And you get like way less durability out of PGS if you go crystal. Yeah, but like he staggered. Yeah, see, I think I missed an attack there because of PGS range. I like straight up actually missed an attack because of PGS range. So I could have, it ends up being kind of net zero. You don't actually gain anything going PGS against like that enemy, for example. Because he staggered backwards and then the PGS whiffed. And so like you have to attack them in certain positions and stuff, which is like an extra layer of just like whatever. Especially for a weapon that is like not essential. Like the amount of damage extra you're getting is simply not essential. It's like fine. But yeah, that's kind of like the issue with PGS. Oh yes. But my favorite part of the whole run. Look at this. See, I want to see strength do this. I want to see a strength character do this. I want to see a strength character do this part of the run. This super fun part of the run. What's going on here? I want to know what's going on with these guys and their AI. What's going on here? What's going on with the programming here? How does this guy not even know? He literally got headshot like 15 billion times in a row and died. How does he not know? I don't know. Look at that. Bam. 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 Oh, that's true. That's a good point. When we strength gears jump straight to the bonfire. There you go. That's true. You got me there, actually. That's a good point. See, there's no... you can't... what do you use? Throwing knives? Your binoculars throwing knives? Is that the strategy? Really? Is that what's going on? The binocular throwing knives? Nope. Okay. Okay. Now we go down this way. Go down this way. Grab the bonfire. Is there a way to jump straight down to the bonfire, by the way? Actually, is that a thing? Can you actually go straight down to the bonfire? Oh, you probably can, huh? I forgot about that. So I haven't done that in a while. But then you gotta deal with the worm. Who wants to deal with the worm? Who wants to deal with the worm? I guess you don't. I mean, like, you do kind of have to deal with the worm. Don't you? See, look at how I'm dealing with the worm. Look at this. Look at it. The other problem with composite bow is the range isn't as good, though. So you don't get those... the headshots just are never going to be as juicy. Like, you'll get similar... the damage will be fine. You have a bow. Yeah. Hey, you know what? You gotta use it. You gotta do what the people need. The people want that kind of crap. The people need the bow crap. They need it. They need the that's what the people yearn for. They need it. Without the bow, what are we? What are we without the bow? We'd have to actually fight these enemies. And we all know that's not what I want to do. Slice. Oh. Oh, range. Oh, shoot. Ow. Uh-oh. Oh, awesome camera. Awesome camera, guys. Heck yeah. There we go, finally. Fudge. Oh boy. Yeah, well, I'm running, so there's a bunch of different modifiers going on at the same time. That's why I'm taking that much damage. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not actually crazy about PGS. The more I play with it, the less I kind of am into it, actually. Because I feel like I miss hits that I wouldn't otherwise miss. Like maybe in just like some scenarios. So maybe I'll switch to Falchion for this next boss, and we'll go from there. There we go. Shadow Mask. So maybe I'll do Falchion for this next guy. Oh, that dude, he's such a pain. The trick with him is you gotta block him, I think. The trick with him is you gotta block him, I'm pretty sure. I may be wrong. But when I killed him, I blocked him. I hit him with like I had like a adjudicator shield or something, and then he'll do like the one attack and he'll just like bounce off his shield. It's like the crippling flaw with katanas is that they're like hard beaten by shields, I guess, is the idea. Okay. Centipede Demon. And then after this I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna stand up real quick. Oh. Nice try, Mr. Centipede Demon. 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 Once again, nice try, Mr. Centipede Demon. It's a grab, want to avoid that like the plague. Juice up. Oh, come on. Freaking Centipede Demon. Fudge. There we go, thank goodness. Thank goodness. My Centipede Demon woes have been extinguished. That's always like the worst boss. Yeah, I know, I hate that boss. I hate this boss is such a stinker. It's one of those bosses that's like there need to be a way for you to like attack him while he's doing that, but then maybe it makes it too easy. I don't know. They definitely needed to give that another pass though, because it's one of the weaker parts of the game for sure. It's definitely one of the weakest bosses. It's really funny that they actually put him in Night Rain, because I don't really like the boss. He's a lot easier if you have magic, obviously. That's kind of the way, and you can't really hit him with arrows either because of his attack timing. So I could like spam a bow at him, but it just wouldn't work. Like his attack timings just don't allow that. I guess maybe with a short bow, but like maybe with a short bow, but I don't know. I'm not gonna mess with that probably. But yeah, that's the classic boss. It's like, yeah, well, Fire Sage, you have to be behind them for those attacks. I think I just got lucky this cycle. Hold up, I'm gonna stand up real quick. So wait just 1 second, everyone. Sorry about that. Gotta pour myself another cup of tea and get ready for the next boss. For the next boss we gotta kill. This frickin' bit of chaos. But don't worry, I'm a bit of chaos master. That's what I'm a 4th level bit of chaos master. I'm the true master of the bit of chaos. There's no boss that's better. For what I've seen this here. Yeah, I don't know. It's not really. I know you can do it that way for sure. Oh, you know what's so funny? I've actually been drinking. I do like coffee. I've actually been drinking this yerba mate tea. It's actually really good. I bought this bag of yerba mate tea, and it's the same as regular tea, but it's like yerba mate. It's really good. It's really, really, really good. It's like really, really, really tasty and delicious, and very like it's like a little more relaxing than regular tea. Yes, I actually recommend it. If you're looking for a different kind of tea, it's a yerba mate tea. Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, I think it has caffeine in it. It's a plant that has caffeine, and then but there's some other chemical that's a little tiny bit different, but it just relaxes you a little bit. Is what it does, I think. So yeah, big fan of it. Originally, I was drinking it in like soda cans, but then I just bought a bag of tea, and it's just awesome. It's the tea I've been drinking for weeks now. But probably I'll switch. And then sometimes I have matcha. And then I need to get another box. I need to get another thing of another tea I really like is Pu Air tea. So that's a Chinese fermented tea, and it has kind of a weird taste to it, but it's really, really good. It's like a really weird, earthy, dark taste, but it's very delicious, and it's really good tea. But yeah, mostly I do, right now I'm doing the yerba mate, and then sometimes I do coffee. But I don't drink coffee like normal coffee. I usually drink coffee like a tea coffee. So I'll cook it, so When I do tea, where is the entrance? Speaking of which, when I do tea, usually it's the same as the way I brew coffee. Usually, not always, but sometimes I'll brew it. But most of the time when I brew coffee, I brew it like a tea. I just like grind up the beans, and then I where is it? Because this is the bonfire. It's right here. Okay, I grind up the beans, and then I'll put them in pu'er. So it's just P-U-E-R. Pu'er tea. Yeah, I'll type it in chat. Give me 1 second. It's weirdly, yeah, it's a weird name for a tea for sure. Yeah, no problem. It's really great stuff. It has a weird taste, but it's very delicious. Very highly recommend that. And then of course, obviously matcha. I'm sure you've had matcha. Very delicious. I'm a big matcha guy too. I love green matcha. And then I sometimes drink green teas. And then of course coffee sometimes. I try to get nice coffee beans usually. I try not to drink the stuff that's in like the can or whatever, but it's totally fine. But yeah, usually I brew it like a coffee, and it ends up with a little bit more of a chocolatey taste. You don't get as much caffeine out of it, but that's kind of a good thing sometimes. And you end up with like a more because you know how coffee is like really bitter and acidic. If you steep it like a tea, if you treat coffee beans like tea leaves, you end up with a tastier drink. Actually, you end up with like a more chocolatey drink. It's instead of being really bitter and acidic, it's very like chocolatey and gentle. And so I actually recommend grinding up your coffee and then putting it in a tea strainer and then cooking it that way, and then just like pouring boiling water over it like you would a tea, and you end up with a more subtle drink that's a little less caffeinated but also really delicious. Sometimes I do drink coffee as well, like regular coffee, but not as often. I try to go for a little more on the tea side of things, just so I'm not like at my caffeine limit or whatever. But yeah, that's what I highly recommend. Pu'er tea, really good stuff. And if I could get more, I would. But I need to go down to the Asian market is the problem. And it's always like a huge amount of work to go down there, so I might have to order it online or something. But right now, like I said, I'm drinking the yerba mate tea that I got, and that's great stuff. Yeah, and so I don't know what I'll get for my next tea. I might do some digging and try to find something a little different. You know. But the yerba mate tea is pretty good. I may buy another bag when it runs out. Maybe not like tomorrow, but maybe I'll switch to something else for a while though. It's hard to say. It's so crazy though, because it's really tough for me to get like loose leaf and stuff, loose leaf tea and all that stuff, which is what I drink. I drink primarily loose leaf tea, and so I need to order online. And then when you order online, you get all kinds of different results and all that nonsense. But you know, it's whatever. And yeah, I drank the pu'er tea really fast as far as it goes. It only lasted me a couple months before I drank it all. Because I think I went and I got it in like October or something. I went down to the big Asian market in my town, and I was looking around and they had it there, and I was like, ooh, let's try this. And really great stuff, really great stuff. But that was months ago, and I drank it all. But yeah, the store near where I live doesn't have a very good tea selection for loose leaf. Like I said, they have the yerba mate, and that's like basically it. I need to look again closer. Maybe I'll go tonight, and I'll take a closer look and see what they got. But they do have the matcha. The funny thing about matcha here is, like, you know how matcha is like really expensive, right? Well, in the matcha is also sold as like a health drink too. Right, so like there's two sections. There's the tea section where there's the expensive matcha, and then there's the cheapo matcha that's nearby. Yeah, well, it's not that hard to boss. When you know how to do it, it's not that hard to boss. But there's the expensive matcha, and then there's the cheap matcha. And so I usually go for the cheap matcha. The cheap matcha has more things like stems in it and stuff. You know, it's more likely to contain like ground up stems, like tea stems and random junk like that, which is the problem with the cheapo green tea powder. But if you're looking for cheap, if you want green tea powder and you're looking for cheap, that's the best way to do it. Because it's so frustrating how expensive matcha is, you know. Like, it is a little frustrating how expensive matcha can get. But I probably what I'll do is I'll re-up. I'll get a little more coffee in the next couple. Whenever I next buy some caffeinated stuff, and I'll drink that for a bit. Boom. The coffee section? No, unfortunately. You can just ask. Matcha. I love matcha. Ooh. I love matcha. Yes, it's very trendy now. So good though. I was before the trend on matcha. Let me tell you, I was all about matcha before the trend. That was me. I was the guy drinking matcha even before people even knew what it was. So delicious. It's like one of my favorite drinks, definitely. It's just because it's so smooth. It's like you drink a big old coffee and your tummy hurts, you know? But you drink a big old matcha and it's like, And there's like, you get the little leaves and stuff too, so you get like the nutrients or whatever. Whatever nutrients are in the leaves, you like get that. Like fiber or whatever, you know? So it's like, yes. Give me that freaking matcha. Okay, we need to go do DLC now. So I've been about matcha since day one. That's been my drink of choice for a long time. I didn't have it for a while. There was a good long while where I didn't have matcha and I just drank regular green tea for a bit. But yeah, not much to say other than the pu'er tea. The pu'er tea is the special thing. That's the thing. And I guess the yerba mate tea. That's pretty good stuff. I wouldn't call it like essential. Oh shoot, we need to take the hat off. Yeah, Darkwood Grain Ring, got that on. Now time for everyone's favorite boss. Who's ready for everyone's favorite boss? My favorite boss. Who's ready for the best boss in the game? 1 second. Hold up. What cycle am I on, speaking of which? We're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's only 2 more. Yeah. You may need to go online probably, or go to like an Asian market. You need like a big Asian market, like a big Asian market. Here in the U.S., that's sometimes there's actually a huge Asian market near me, like a really unbelievably huge Asian market near me called Chinatown or something. It's like this big, huge, garish Asian market with like, but it has like everything. It's got like all this Korean stuff, all this Chinese stuff, all this Japanese stuff. It's really freaking cool. Really freaking cool place. A lot of it's candy though. A lot of like candies and snacks and stuff, which I'm not really crazy about. I think I maybe could go for that like every once in a while. No, didn't I have something? I had like I tried like an energy drink or something. It was like okay. I had like one energy drink, one like foreign energy drink or tea drink or something, and I tried that and I was like, yeah, it's okay. Oh wait, no, I'm going the wrong direction, by the way. We're just straight up going the wrong direction. I need to go to the basin. Okay. What was I saying again? Yeah, so I got this big, huge Asian market. And the thing about them is they sometimes have lychee. They sometimes have lychee from Asia, which is hard to get. The problem is it's really expensive. There's no easy... I wish lychee were cheap. It's like so dumb because they can grow lychee in California. You can grow lychee in California. You can grow lychee in Florida and stuff. I don't know why people don't grow lychee. It's like people are sitting there complaining about the orange blight. You know, it's like the orange crops are all goofed up here in the country because of the orange bugs or whatever, you know? So there's like bugs that are eating all the orange crops, that are eating all the orange trees. And so like everyone's complaining about orange. It's like just grow lychee or something. I don't know. Maybe they can't. Maybe that's the problem, is that lychee has its own problems. There's like a lychee bug too or something. I don't know. But it's my favorite fruit by far, and they just don't grow it here in the US. And I don't know why. I don't know why they don't grow lychee here in the US. Like nobody is growing lychee. You go to the grocery store and they say you're lucky to see lychee once a year. I don't know why. I don't know why they don't grow lychee here. Why nobody eats lychee here? Because it's by far my favorite fruit. It's the best fruit. It's literally my favorite fruit by far. And I would give anything for a nice fresh lychee from like California or Arizona or something. Or probably not Arizona, but like California. But they just don't sell them here. It's like the weirdest thing. And they're really popular in Asia. I think they're popular in like South America too. Or whatever, but Yeah, I don't know. It's the one sad thing about the U.S. Probably the saddest thing about the U.S. is that no one else likes lychee but me. I don't know what's up with it. It's like that's one sad thing for sure. I wish if I could teleport to like an Asian store to like get lychee when it's fresh. That's what I would like to do. I would like to have like a teleporter so I could go to like, you know, China or something to get lychee when it's fresh. That would be awesome. But sadly, such technology doesn't exist yet. But in the meantime, I need to make sure that in the next couple... Actually, lychee season's coming up here, I think. So I need to be on my toes because usually they sell lychees in like April. Lychee are fresh in April here, so I need to make sure to check all the stores in April coming up here. Oh, I forgot Darkmoon Blade. Uh-oh. Whatever. Fine. Cool. Okay, there goes that. Now we go to... Now it's just Artorias, yeah. And hopefully I don't forget the elevator this time. If I forget the elevator this time, that's going to be a really, really big problem, but I shouldn't. I need to make sure I remember the shortcut elevator, because this boss can kill me. This boss 100% can kill me. Absolutely. So I gotta be really careful. We'll go Crystal Great Scythe. Hopefully it doesn't break. I think it's fine. We'll see. If I die to him, it might. So I might need to go make another one, unfortunately. I may need to go make another one for this boss. It's not essential. I don't like need it, but it would potentially be really nice to have an extra one. But what I could do is I could just farm chunks, because how many chunks do I have? Yeah, oh no, I have enough chunks. Yeah, so I could just make another too, actually. Maybe I should do that right now, actually. Just straight up make another. Because I'm going to need one too. It's coming up fast. Then I'm going to need another one. So maybe we'll just do that. We'll go... There we go. Warp. Chamber of the Princess. Yeah, we'll make another one just in case. Because we have all the pieces. We have everything we need. We just need to buy the large shards. And then I'll probably need to farm another... I may need to farm more chunks before the next cycle. We'll see. But once this cycle's done, there's only 2 more. This is the second to last cycle before we're done with this character. So that's good news. And then Sekiro, like I said, Sekiro's next. But we still have to kill Manus 3 more times. We still have to kill Manus at least 3 more times before we're done. So we still got plenty of melon left to thump, let me tell you. But hopefully we can kill Manus today. I don't expect it necessarily to be able to do it, but we'll see. I have a good chance. It depends on how long Artorias takes. If I die to him a bunch of times, that's gonna be an issue. But probably not. And then Calamite should be free-ish. I don't expect Calamite to be necessarily like easy, effortless, but it's fine. And then okay, reinforced weapon. 1 second. Yes. Okay, reinforced weapon. So I need to put away some of those swords. Okay. Oh, I need... Oh, shoot. Shoot. I need to head to what's-his... I forgot about what's-his-face. I forgot entirely about what's his face. Guess who I need to go see? Guess who I need to go see? I need to go see Andre. Because I need to actually upgrade the stupid scythe. And then once that's done, I can then crystal it. So we'll have 2 crystals just in case. I think it's not going to be important until Manus. That's the one thing is but I don't. If it breaks during Manus, it's like a crisis. It's a catastrophe. So yes, give Large Ember. Modify equipment. Great Scythe +6. Boom. Honestly, I wish crystal weapons were at least easier to get. You know, I don't know. Maybe they can't be or something, but that's the sort of thing where I kind of wish they were easier to get. Because this is like a lot of work, actually. But then, I mean, then again, it's going to get me all the way through Manus. It's going to get me through all the DLC bosses, so whatever, right? You know, it's fine. I don't really need more than 1 per cycle, if even that. It seems like it's like I need you know, 3 for every 2 cycles or something like that, some kind of ratio like that, I guess. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, you know, we'll get this weapon and then we'll go kill the next boss. We'll go take care of Artorias. This is the real downside to this, unfortunately, is having to deal with the stupid excuse me, Mr. Silver Knight. That's actually the main thing is dealing with the crystal weapons, because like you don't even have to upgrade a catalyst if you have a magic character. You know how in DS3 how you have to upgrade your catalyst with Titanite? Doesn't even work that way. Yeah, he's actually yeah, that'll be interesting, and I'll do the hardest difficulty too. I'll do everything as hard as I can. I'll get Demon Bell and all that crap. I'll go from scratch and everything. So I'll look forward to it. It's definitely going to be interesting. But I didn't want to stream it immediately because I want to take a break. But I went through the trouble of mastering it, so I like know exactly what I'm talking about with it and all that. Wait, we need one more. Wait, I need the oh. Yeah, I need one more, and then I need the There we go. And then I need the slab too, actually. 1 second. See, I don't know. I need to route in the chunks better. Well, usually I farm them from the guy, because you need to go 8. There we go. We'll just grab it real quick. There we go. And then I can go grab, oh shoot, ow. Nice dodge, bro. There we go. Reinforce. Okay, and then we'll go kill what's his face too. We'll go kill a silent demon really fast. Just to take care of him. And we'll grab the doll too. We need to grab the doll too. Just to get the slab here before we kill Artorias. Then that way, because we need to do this. This is definitely has to happen. We're not gonna have enough great scythe to get through the DLC bosses, so we have to take care of this right now, whether we like it or not. Because it's gonna that crystal halberd will break 100%. It's gonna break after probably it may break, and if it breaks, I think it's gonna break during Manus. I think it's gonna break during Manus. I could be wrong, but I think it's gonna break during Manus. If it breaks during Manus, that's really bad. We can't have that, so we gotta go take care of it. Okay. Come on. Come on. Come on, freaking game. Come on. Okay. And then we can go get another chunk here, too. We can get 2 more chunks here while we're at it. Because it seems like chunks are going to be the issue. Although we probably don't need that many great scythe anymore. That many falchions or great scythes to go. Oh. I just do this. Bam. Cool. So I think it's rubbish and then prism stones, right? Just 2 easy chunks. It's not like actually that essential. But it's gonna at least help a little tiny bit here. Oh, that's Demon Titanite. Never mind. That's bad actually. What are the 2 Titanite chunks one? It's rubbish, and what's the other thing? I don't need the Demon Titanite, actually. What is the other one for regular Titanite? Okay, so there's 1 chunk. What's the other thing?